No possible way. I didn't even consider it. And then this happened and I'm like, hello, welcome back to Classics with a Quirk, where I talk about contemporary and luxury designer items and brands with a touch of silliness. This is the kind of content that you find interesting. Please do like this video and subscribe for more of it. Thank you. I have another unboxing to share with you today, and timestamps will, as always, be down below in the event that you want to skip straight to the unboxing. But I did want to say a little bit before I unbox the item, as I am wont to do, and then I will unbox the item and then talk a little bit more about what I actually bought. Mostly what I want to say before I unbox the item is that I purchased this from The RealReal. By now, most of you have probably seen my very unfortunate experience where I previously bought an item from The RealReal that turned out to be inauthentic. I returned it, no problem. The RealReal didn't give me any issues with returning it, and they did not relist the item, which was good. I wasn't happy that they sold me an inauthentic piece in the first place, but I do understand that things sometimes slip through the cracks, which is why you do want to make sure that you check your item after you buy it, and you want to double authenticate it usually. And I will be authenticating this piece pretty much as soon as I unbox it. I'm going to be submitting it to The Real Authentication, and then I will also be letting you know the results of that submission in this video as well. And now I'm sure that some of you might be wondering, well, if The RealReal sold you something that wasn't real, why would you be buying from them again? And I honestly hadn't planned to. I have mentioned that I do buy clothing from The RealReal, and I commission my own clothing with them actually, and I don't have a problem with clothing. I worry about it a little bit less. I'm probably not going to be buying like a $2,000 Chanel suit, but you know, for normal things, like I don't worry as much about that. But in terms of leather goods, bags, and SLGs and otherwise, I really honestly hadn't planned to make another purchase with The RealReal. What actually happened is that I was looking for pictures, reference pictures to include in a video that I'm making, a video about Takashi Murakami and his, kind of his history as a designer and his collaborations with Louis Vuitton. And I was looking for reference pictures, and in doing so, I found this item on The RealReal listed for an incredible price. One that the lowest price that I've honestly ever seen for this piece. And then I put it into my favorites just to save it, and then like I screenshotted the picture to use as a reference. And then the next day it went on sale for 20% off, which made the price that it already was listed at even lower. And then I had a RealReal credit and a cashback on my credit card where I got $60 cash back if I spent over $200. And altogether, this piece cost $286 and some change. And for what it was, I decided to take the chance just because it was such a good price, and here's hoping that it ends up being authentic, because that's fantastic. And that's kind of the story. That's what happened. It was an excellent price for what it was, especially for what it was. This is a pretty rare item, and I kind of couldn't say no. I mean, so I could have said no, but like I didn't want to. I wanted to take the chance again, try again, hope for the best, authenticate as soon as I got the item, and that is the story. So now I'm going to unbox the piece, show it to you, explain a little bit more about it, tell you why it's so rare, honestly, and also explain a little bit about why I decided to purchase this particular piece at all. Okay, no fanfare, scissors, box, and I will say that The RealReal historically doesn't have the best packaging, but considering what this item is, I don't really care, because it's not like a bag. Obviously, this isn't a bag, and I mind less about it being protected from the elements just because of what it is and what it's made of. And as you know, it's a Louis Vuitton piece, and it's a Takashi Murakami Louis Vuitton piece. A little bit of a spoiler, which I guess doesn't matter because I'm gonna unbox it now. And yeah, I'm really excited to see it in person. And don't try this at home, kids, putting the knife towards you, putting the scissors towards you. Sharp pointy objects towards your body, not the best choice. Last thing to go, and then let's tear it open. All right. So this is how it was shipped. It is the item in a dust bag and a little thing with my receipt, I'm guessing. Yeah, my receipt and the shipping information and guarantee authenticity. This item, it's It's small, little sneak peek. But this item was, because it was a small leather good, it does actually qualify for their return policy. I believe it's a 14-day return policy. Bags are final sale in The RealReal, but you can get a refund and return the bag in the event that something's like actually wrong with it or it's not disclosed, there's a damage that wasn't disclosed. The RealReal generally has terrible pictures, so sometimes you can't tell that there's damage and the damage wasn't disclosed, and you can do that for a refund. But with this item, in the event that I need to return it or want to return it, again, I have the return policy, so I don't have to worry about that. Feel free to leave your comments down below as to what the item is. There's obviously a lot of hints here considering the general size and shape, but maybe you have an idea of what the design might be. All right, so I'm gonna just go and unbox it though and reveal it to you. It's already unboxed, but I want to see it too. So, upside down and right side up. So here it is. This is the Takashi Murakami collaboration Chibi Kinoko Agenda PM, Louis Vuitton Agenda PM, and wow, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Oh, and here's the little like expert behind every item thing. This item is final sale and not returnable, which doesn't make sense because it actually said in the listing that it was returnable. So I'm not sure about that, but hopefully I don't have to bother with that anyway. Oh gosh, okay, oh my goodness. All right, let's see. There's a little bit of wear on the stitching, like right here. There's just a little bit of wear. I don't know, yeah, if you can see that. It like is just worn, and there's some spotting on the back. Like just a little bit of chipping right there. Let's see, like a little bit of white just right there, which is negligible. The real thing that I was concerned about is chipping on the actual screen printed item picture, screen printed picture, and that looks pretty dang good. And oh my, okay, I'm really happy. This is, I said this already, this is the Chibi Kinoko character from one of the Takashi Murakami collaborations. And this character, Chibi Kinoko, basically means little mushroom, like small mushroom, which is what this little guy is. It's a little mushroom in the Takashi Murakami style of like the weird animals and plants that was part of one of the collaborations that he did with Louis Vuitton. And I got this for under $300, including tax and shipping. I have never seen this piece, this piece, a Chibi Kinoko item really at all, under $700 anywhere. That includes on the English market, on the Japanese market, eBay, RealReal, Rebag, Fashion File. I've never seen this item, like this character, on anything for under $700. And the Chibi Kinoko wasn't made on many pieces. They were made on the Agenda, both on the regular Agenda monogram and then with the Takashi Murakami multicolor in black and in white. But aside from that, Chibi Kinoko was from a limited run that was only done in 2007 in an exhibit at MoCA, the Museum of Contemporary Art in Los Angeles, I believe. And I think there were only like 250 of these made, something like that. I don't quote me on the number, but it was a limited run, only sold at the exhibit in 2007. So this is a fairly rare piece. I'm so pleased to have it. I love the Chibi Kinoko character. It's so cute, so interesting, and such a integral part of the Takashi Murakami Louis Vuitton collaboration, but you don't see them very often on the market. And I saw it, and again, like I had to go for it. And some of you might have seen my 2022 wishlist video where I said that I was looking for a Louis Vuitton Agenda, and I was specifically looking for the Yellow Grooms Collection Agenda that came out in 2006. And I still love that Agenda so much. I love the yellow. I love the yellow interior of it. I was particularly looking for the yellow version, and I do still want something from the Grooms collection. I really want a yellow Grooms piece. I really like that collection so much, and obviously I missed out on getting it in 2006, but I saw this, and I did recently release a video about why I shouldn't buy the Louis Vuitton agenda. It was an older video that I re-uploaded because it disappeared off of YouTube for some reason, but in it I talked about why I shouldn't get this piece. The thing is, that video was over a year old, and I have since really come to terms with the fact that my desire for a Louis Vuitton agenda was not going to go away. I've been wanting one for years and years and years, and I've kept talking myself out of them for years and years and years because I didn't think that they would be, you know, feasible for me to use and utilize. But the desire to own one kept remaining in my brain, and so I decided that it was time to just kind of bite the bullet, purchase one in a design that I really loved, and try to use it as best as I could. And if it worked out, great. I use notebooks all the time. I need a notebook on me every day at all points. And so if I did end up being able to use these and utilize them, then they'd be an excellent purchase because I'd use them forever. You know, I'd continually get reinserts to fill them pages and use it forever. And if it didn't end up working out, well, I had only been planning on buying an agenda in a limited edition design that I really, really liked, like the Groom's style. And so if it didn't work out as something that I could use, at least it would be something in my collection that I really, really loved still. And if I found a yellow Groom's agenda for a reasonable price, I might still go for it, honestly. I'm also looking at like the round coin purse and the clay, but I really like the agenda. I don't know, you know, it's a matter of what I find and when I find it. But I've been wanting a Louis Vuitton agenda. I made the decision to get one in 2022. This popped up in this, for a great price, in this style, this pattern, and I love the Chibi Kanoko from the Murakami collaboration is one of my favorite styles. And it's like, I hadn't put it on my wish list because I figured there was no way that I was ever going to find one at a price that I was willing to pay. Like, no possible way. I didn't even consider it. And then this happened, and I'm like, okay, I guess, sure. You don't have to convince me. I actually, in terms of the price, I just want to like let you know what I paid in the whole thing. So this was originally listed for $425 plus shipping and tax, and I think the railroad charges like $13 shipping. So it was originally $425 plus shipping and tax. But then the next day, literally, I was showing this to a friend just to share my excitement of having found it. And the next day it was listed for 20% off, which never happens. I was not expecting that at all, but it was $85 off. And then I had a store credit of 27 something. And then again, the cash back on my card. So I got $60 back from a 200 plus purchase. So overall, I spent $346 for this, and then the $60 cash back. So again, it was $286 and some change. And for this item, that's amazing. Like that's less than you pay for a new regular agenda PM, like in just a plain monogram, like that. And for this style, like in such good condition, the Chibi Kanoko from the Murakami, like, oh my goodness, I can't express how excited I am about this piece. And there's no really chipping. There's a little bit of wear at the little hat head part right here. There's just a little bit of wear, but that's nothing. Obviously, I would take excellent care of this, like as much as I possibly can, because I would want to preserve this for as long as I possibly can. Wow, like I'm still kind of blown away that I own this, that I have this. I really hope this ends up being authentic. I'm going to send this in and I will let you know soon. It feels right. I mean, it feels like older Louis Vuitton canvas, and it also bends out like Louis Vuitton agendas that are kind of older does, as opposed to like staying super straight, which some non-authentic pieces tend to do because they're just made with different materials. This item was made in Spain. If that will focus, there we go. And that is actually pretty typical. A lot of the collaboration pieces were made in Spain. In fact, almost every single Groom's agenda that I've ever seen was made in Spain. Same with the key pouches. They're all made in Spain for the most part. All right, so really quick, I'm gonna just check the rings and click, there we go. They open no problem and close no problem. They seem to be well attached. Glazing looks pretty good. There's some wear, which, I mean, this piece is from 2007. That's pretty expected. Yeah, there's like a little bit of glazing. You know, it's just kind of separating at some of the high volume work areas. Like right here at the corners, there's a little bit of separation, which doesn't matter. Nothing around this part of the agenda, that's fine. Same for the other side. It's in really good shape. There's a little bit of scratching of the interior right here, but I don't care. I own a Chibi Kanoko piece from the Takashi Murakami collaboration with Louis Vuitton. That's so exciting. That's so exciting. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. And I know also that it's still pretty early in the year for making another purchase. Like, I did just unbox my Chanel Jumbo, which I am over the moon about. So happy. That was such an excellent find. I'm so excited. I've already worn it out. It's great. I'm gonna make an in-depth review, detailed look at it. Not necessarily a review because I haven't had it for that long, but I'm gonna make an in-depth, detailed look at it. I'm just waiting on an organizer that I did order. And yeah, so a little bit of a side note, but I wanted one of these for a long time, and I made the decision to buy an agenda pretty early in the year because I wanted to utilize it for the year. So the sooner I got it, the better. I'd be able to use it sooner. Great, good idea. And then of course this came up and I wasn't looking for it. I found it and it was time to just jump on it. I've been wanting an agenda for so long. Great timing. Excellent. Okay, mine now. So I don't need to gush for the next 3 years about this piece on camera. I can do that just as well off camera, so I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you so much for sharing this with me and sharing my joy. I hope that you enjoyed. And if you have a favorite Takashi Murakami like creature from the collaborations, please do share it down below. I'd love to hear about it. Or if you have another collaboration that Louis Vuitton has done or a design that Louis Vuitton has done, I'd also love to hear about it. And if you would like me to make videos about any other Louis Vuitton designs or collaborations that they've done over the years, please do let me know. I'd love to have more ideas about videos to make for you. And in terms of this video, I hope that you liked it. And if you did, please do give it a like. It super duper helps the algorithm, and subscribe for more content that helps the algorithm even more. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.